Merry Christmas! The holiday season is a time for family, and it's a perfect opportunity to build together with Lego.
This year we bought our family's 11th Winter Village set, built it, and created our own custom Winter Village scene.
So if you want to see a mini review of the Alpine Lodge, or if you want to see what it looks like next to the other Winter Village sets, this video is perfect for you. Our family really enjoys Winter Village Lego sets, and we took the opportunity to build together the new Alpine Lodge and set out to create our customized Winter Village.
The Alpine Lodge was a creative and fun build. In this mini review of the set, here are a few of our favorite things about it. The first thing I noted was just how proficient Lego has gotten in designing sets using regular plates, both rectangular and angular. This set is no exception, as the Lodge sits on about a 20 by 25 stud base. Much of the facade is built how you would expect, with a combination of bricks, modified bricks, and snotwork. But a couple of techniques made me smile. One is the way the lights are built, particularly with the pyramid piece on top. Another is this super old school technique for adding a clip to the structure. Back in the 1980s and 90s, Lego would sandwich a modified plate in between two 1x1 plates, and for some reason they resurrected that in this set. The fireplace was interesting to build, in part because it's so cavernous. It's the biggest Lego fireplace I've ever built as part of a Winter Village set. Also, on the first level, you build a cookie decorating station, which is pretty straightforward, but the coffee table and chairs, on the other hand, are pretty well done thanks to the use of brackets. Beyond that, one of the most impressive techniques was in the second level, where you use these 1x2 by 1 2/3 snot bricks that have the studs on the sides, and that allows you to construct the log cabin part of this set, but also fill in a gap that would be in the wall. The end result is seamless, and I enjoyed the medieval themed portrait hanging on the wall at the very end.
My favorite part of the build was creating this little toilet paper roll in the outhouse. Placing the white circle brick on a bar with 1x1 circle plate and placing that into the wall made for a sleek and effective look. Additionally, these little pine trees, one here and one at the skating pond, were a new technique to me. These great green and white fern pieces loaded onto candlesticks. So clever.
My favorite pieces are the double curved slopes used to construct the log cabin, and as Julia mentioned, those new fern pieces, using them upside down as pine trees, really cool.
And here is the completed build. But what does it look like next to some other Winter Village sets?
Well, here's the Alpine Lodge with the gingerbread house. The color schemes are similar, and I think they complement each other pretty nicely, although the Alpine Lodge is certainly bigger in scale than the gingerbread house.
Here we have the post office next to the Alpine Lodge. They both have latticed windows, and I like them together. However, the lodge does dwarf it a bit, so it might not make the best side-by-side placement.
Next is the bakery, which was released way back in 2010. You can tell it's a little bit older of a set because the detailing is much less refined. This makes it look small compared to the Alpine Lodge. In addition, they both have a skating pond, so this may not be the most efficient pairing. That said, I still love the bakery, and I'm glad we have it in our Winter Village.
Of course, we can also combine it with last year's Holiday Main Street, which is one of my favorites. I love these buildings together, although conceptually, a lodge might not fit in with downtown shops.
Now we have the Santa's Workshop. These two sets work well together, in part because actually of the size difference. Even though one building is bigger than the other, the workshop feels like a supportive yet substantial building next to the Alpine Lodge.
Finally, we have the Alpine Lodge paired with the OG, the Winter Toy Shop. While this set was the first Winter Village set, it was already well executed and polished, and was so popular that they re-released it in 2015. I think they look pretty good together. Although, once again, the Alpine Lodge just seems significantly larger. Colin, which is your favorite combination?
Ooh, that's tough. One of the sets that I would love to see this next to that we don't have built is the Winter Village Cottage, which is a much bigger building. And I think that's important because the Alpine Lodge is so much bigger than many of the older Winter Village sets. And I think that can pose a little bit of a problem when setting up your own village. But given the ones that we have, I'm going to go with the gingerbread house.
Yeah, I really like that combination. I think I would actually sandwich the lodge between the gingerbread house and the Santa's workshop. All three of those sets are less of a downtown concept, and all three have complementary color schemes. They also have those peaked roofs of varying heights, which I think go well together. I think we need a bigger photography box to get all three of those in together.
Yeah. And now for the best part, putting the village together. We had a lot of fun doing this, and the kids started with just making a simple train track loop and then started placing buildings around it. And we went through a couple of different iterations.
The smaller builds mostly went into the center of the track, where we tried to arrange them well, but that part was met with mediocre success.
But I really do like the bakery and the Santa's workshop around the trolley from last year's Main Street set. I think that they work pretty well together, and they look pretty nice in terms of size. I also like that it's nice to have the train going around and you can actually see all the sets spread out. And in that context, the Alpine Lodge doesn't seem all that big.
All in all, it was fun to put these sets together in a whimsical and picturesque village. I am looking forward to adding to it more next year, and I'm already thinking of ways we can do it different.
For sure, and we highly recommend this activity for your family, of course, because it's such a great tradition among LEGO fans. Thank you for watching, and always remember to keep building together.